welcome or welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren, and in today's video I'll be starting a new feature that I'm calling Saturday Snippets. And in these snippets I'll be choosing a page from one or two of the books from my monthly plan and coloring in it, and at the same time I'll be chatting about various things such as books that I'm reading, or movies and TV shows that I'm watching, or interesting tidbits that I have found on the internet, or even antics that my dog is contributing, or the people in my neighborhood. If you've been watching some of my videos, then you know I have a very opinionated Jack Russell, and I live in quite a noisy neighborhood where things are always happening. Anyway, these videos will be about 30 to 40 minutes in length, and I'll hopefully be able to post them every Saturday, real life willing. So anyway, in today's first Saturday snippet, we are going to be coloring in Small Victories by Johanna Basford, and the page that I want to work in is this one, okay, with all the gorgeous little nature scenes. So I will not be able to finish all of this page in one session, nor will I probably be able to finish a complete scene, but I do want to begin working on this cute little mushroom, and for this purpose I will be using polychromos pencils. I will be using a compass, Staedtler HB2 pencil. I also have a sheet of paper underneath to protect the image that follows, and a piece of paper to protect the page from my oily hands if I have oil on my hands. Okay, so let's get started. So before we begin coloring, I just want to show you my inspiration for this particular mushroom scene. So I went onto Pinterest and I found gorgeous pictures of mushrooms, and I chose this one because I really like the pink and purple and bluish color schemes. And so that is what we're going to be doing for this mushroom. We're going to start with the flowers, okay? And we're going to try and make them this bluish purplish color. So we'll see if we can manage to do that. So to start with, as I said, I have a compass, and mine is by Staedtler, and I also have a Staedtler HB2 pencil, and I put it into the compass. It's always a good idea to try to line up the point of the compass with the point of the pencil. Okay, and what I have done is I have drawn a circle around this mushroom. Let's zoom in so that we can see this particular mushroom a bit better, because this is the one we're going to be working on. Okay, so I've drawn a circle around the mushroom. Now it's up to you. You can either decide to use this circle as a frame for the mushroom, and then you can color inside it. I've seen quite a few people doing that with these little scenes, but that's not what I'm going to do. I have put the circle around the mushroom just so that I have created a border for myself, and I know that I am not going to go outside of this border with my coloring, because what I'm going to do instead of coloring in the whole circle is just to create a soft border around the mushroom rather than an actual circle around it. I hope that makes sense, and as we color it might become a bit more clear. Let's talk about the colors that I'll be using. First of all, I swatch out my colors in this visual journal, which is by Strathmore, and it has 90-pound watercolor paper. I won't be using any watercolor mediums, but I do like the texture of this paper for swatching out pencils. Anyway, the pencils that we'll be using, as I said, are polychromos, and for today we'll be using light magenta, sky blue, crimson, mauve, phthalo blue, violet, delft blue, middle purple pink, blue violet, and if we get to other parts of the mushroom, then dark phthalo green, may green, permanent green olive, indigo blue, helio turquoise, chrome oxide green, deep cobalt green, light flesh, sepia, cream, and warm gray. I'm not sure we're going to get to all of these colors today, but by the end of the little mushroom scene, we will probably use them all. And if I add any, then I will add them to my swatch sheet. Okay, so let's begin. Something to keep in mind about this book is that it's really small and the images are really tiny, and because of that we are going to need to use a really sharp pencil, and that's one of the reasons I've chosen, at least for this first image, to use polychromos pencils, because you can get a nice sharp point on it. I will try different brands of pencils on the other little scenes. So yeah, that's why we're using polychromos. Right, so we're going to start, and I'm going to start with these little flowers, and using light magenta 119, I am just going to very lightly put a layer of pencil over all of the leaves, and by lightly I mean I'm barely touching the paper, because polychromos pencils are pencils that build up. Okay, I'm also going to be leaving a highlight here at the top, okay, and here as well. Now if you notice this little I think, yeah, this, no, it's okay, we just keep going. All right, so just a really light layer of pencil over each one of these little petals. Okay, and I've tried to leave a highlight somewhere on the leaf. So here it's over there, and here it's at the top, and here it's at the top, and here it's a little bit at the top and a little bit over there. So try to leave a highlight somewhere. Our next color is sky blue, which is a 146, and we are just going to put this pencil slightly on top of and to the side of some of these other petals, not all of them, okay? Or do I want to put it on all of them? This is always when I start to debate with myself. Let's put it here on this side. Okay. And on this side here. Okay. And here, let's do it on both sides. And here, just on this side. And here, also on this side. Okay, just again, very lightly. Okay, yeah, looking good. Next, we are going to use the crimson. So that is 134. And here I am just going to outline some of the petals. So you see here, this petal overlaps this petal, and this one overlaps this one, and this one overlaps this one. So we're just going to use this color to outline those petals. Okay, so here we go. And a little bit in, but not very much. Okay, and here too. Okay, and yeah, this one's, is that one overlapping that one? Just a tad, yes. Okay, and here too. Okay, do I like that? I like that, okay. I've decided that I like that, okay. So with the same pencil, we're just going to go over these lines a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. Okay. Okay. Next, we're going to take the mauve 249. Okay, and we're going to deepen up our shadows. So we're going to deepen up around the center of this petal and around these overlapping leaves. Okay. Just a little bit. Really sharp pencils for this because these pictures are so tiny. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's looking pretty. Okay, a little bit more here on this edge, I think. Here too. Here as well. Okay. I think I'm going to take the sky blue light again, 146, and just blend that out just a little bit. Right. I think I want some of that phthalo blue. This pencil needs a sharpen. One sec. Okay. I'm going to put this pencil very lightly on top of this sky blue, but really, really lightly, and not on all of the leaves. Petals. Just that one. This one. Yeah, just those two. Oh, and blend it out again with the sky blue. Okay. All right, and now we're going to go in with the Delft blue, 141, and again in the shadows. Okay, like that. Oh, that one needs blending out, I think. Oh, yes. Okay. Right. Oh, I like that. That's pretty. Do I want to do anything else to it? No, I don't think so. Okay, let's move on now to the next one. Okay, and it's basically the same thing. Yeah, you just put down light layers of all of the pencils. Okay, so light layer of the light magenta. Okay. All right, next we have sky blue light. I am just going to put this one here, and here. This one has to be a bit darker because it's got overlapping petals on both sides. This one too, it's in the shadow. So these two petals are going to be darker. Okay, crimson. Right, so as I said in the introduction to this video, it's Saturday Snippets. So I will also talk about other things that I find interesting. And anyway, last weekend I was watching YouTube coloring channels, and anyway, on the side of the YouTube screen you often get recommendations for other interesting videos that YouTube might thinks that you might be interested in, and as I was scrolling through, I saw that there was a channel that is dedicated to jigsaw puzzles. So I love doing jigsaw puzzles, so I thought, okay, I would give it a look. And one second, no, we need the mauve. Anyway, I decided to take a look anyway, and it was really interesting because the lovely lady who is in charge of that channel had a video about the speed jigsaw puzzling. So there is it's actually a sport called speed puzzling. Okay, and there is the Speed Puzzling World Championship. And anyway, in 2024, it was in Spain, and she was there as one of the competitors, and the whole video, I think it was 4.5 hours of it, was all about the Speed Puzzling World Championship. So I ended up watching all of the World Championship over the weekend, and it was so interesting. There are individual events, and there are team events, and there are pair events, and basically each one has its own rules, and the puzzles are just absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. I will put a link in the description box to her video. It's called her channel. It's called Karen Puzzles, and she's simply amazing. I really enjoyed listening to her. Okay, so there we have it. We have our bluish, pinkish, purplish flowers. Okay, and I think now we're going to move on to these leaves. Okay, so the colors that we're going to be using for the leaves are dark phthalo green, May green, permanent green olive, and indigo blue. Okay, let's put that aside, open up our page. Okay, now if I look at this picture, I see that there are actually two different kinds of leaves. So there are the leaves for these little flowers, and then there are these leaves on this side. We're going to use the same pencils, but in different combinations. Okay, so we're going to start with these leaves, and we're going to put down a layer of the dark phthalo green, which is 264. Okay, so just very lightly, very light layer. Okay. Now here, Johanna has actually given us the highlight area. Okay, so just make sure to leave a highlight there. This one. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a white, sorry, 1 second, I have to find it. I'm going to take my white Prismacolor, just make sure that it's clean, and I'm going to blend this out. And what this will do is it will give it a softer look. Okay. Okay. And now I'm going to go in with the May green, which is 170, and I'm just going to go over everything again and a little bit into the highlight. Okay. Right. That's going to give us an interesting color for these leaves. Okay, now I want to deepen up my shadows, so I'm going to take the dark indigo and just in the shadow areas. Okay. Right, here too. Okay, I like that. That's looking very pretty. Yes. Okay. Now we're going to go over to these leaves, and these ones are going to be a little bit different. Okay, so we're going to start with the May green. Okay, a light layer of May green over everything. Okay, right, so notice this leaf is overlapping this one, so let's leave that highlighted. Okay. Okay, so anyway, that's what I did last weekend. I spent it watching the Speed Puzzling World Championship. Okay, and of course I also do puzzles of my own. I have an app on my iPad that's called Magic Jigsaw Puzzle, and in the evening after I'm finished coloring, I often sit down with an audiobook and do puzzles. Okay, so our next color is Permanent Green Olive 167. So it's a really fun app. They have lots of different pictures. The app is free. It does have ads, and I have sort of a paid version where I don't get ads during the puzzle, but I do get like ads after I finished a puzzle. If you don't want ads at all, then they have a subscription that you can purchase where you don't get ads at all, but I don't mind having the ads in between the puzzles. So I haven't purchased the subscription for that. Anyway, so the puzzle that I'm currently working on is Alice in Wonderland. So it's they have a few puzzles that are all Alice in Wonderland themed, and so that's the one that I'm working on right now. It's fun. And I like the fact that I can do it on my iPad because I don't really have space at home to work on it. When I was younger, I used to do puzzles sitting on the floor, but there's no way that I can do that anymore. Okay, wait, I see that I have a little bit of pencil dust there, so I'm just going to get a brush and brush it away. Okay, now we want to deepen up those shadows. So again, we take the indigo blue and we deepen up the shadows on these leaves. Okay, here around the end. Okay, and you'll notice I left highlights. Yeah, so as I was saying, I cannot, get down on the floor anymore and do puzzles. So it's really great that that there's an app for it. And I can do it on my iPad. Also, I doubt very much whether my dog would allow me to sit on the floor and do puzzles. He would want to help. Okay, I just want to, I think, add a little bit more of this May green into the highlight area there. Okay, that, and I also, now I want to make sure that these leaves and these leaves are cohesive together. So they're going to share one color. So the color that they're going to share is this dark phthalo green. I'm just going to add a tad of this color into the highlight section. And it will create an interesting effect. Okay, and now the two types of leaves will be a bit more cohesive. Right. Oh, that's very nice. I like those leaves. I think that I want these little circular leaves to fit in with those. I think I'm going to make them bluish purple. So I'm going to take the sky blue and I'm just going to fill them in. Okay, and I'm going to take the Delft blue, okay, 2141, and just on one side of them, deepen up the shadow. That's it. These cute little nature scenes are really adorable to color and probably won't take that long. Okay, now we are going to do these fronds. Okay, so these fronds. Okay, and I think that I am going to make them... Let's have a look at our reference picture and see if we can decide on a color to make them. Hold on one second. Okay, so here's the reference picture, and I see that there are fronds there and there. I don't know if they're fronds or grass, but they're like a greenish turquoisey color, maybe. Yeah, I'm thinking of making them greenish turquoise. Okay. So let's put that aside. Okay. And so let's say we're going to use helio turquoise, chrome oxide green, and deep green. No, deep cobalt green. So let me get those pencils. Okay, so we're going to start with helio turquoise, and again, very sharp pencil, and we're just going to lightly put a layer of this on these grass or grass, I'm not sure. But what I do want to do is on the left-hand side to leave a highlight. Okay, so again, very important to have sharp pencils. So usually when I'm watching YouTube and I see those video recommendations on the side, I usually ignore them because not all of them are coloring related. If they're coloring related, I often go to the channels that are recommended and find cool people. But a lot of the time they're really not related to anything that I'm interested in. But this time it was really cool to see something that I did find interesting. So have any of you ever gone on an experiment and looked at one of those other recommended videos and found something interesting? I'd love to know. If you have, let me know in the comments if you've ever done that. Okay, so yeah, I've left a highlight, right? Now I'm going to take the deep cobalt green, 158, and lighten, darken up the shadows. I'm trying to think of any other interesting channels I've found or videos that I've watched that way. I don't think so. I used to watch a lot of BookTube before I started coloring. But they weren't really, many of the BookTubers weren't really reading books that I was interested in. So most of them seem to do young adult. And while I do read some young adult, it's not my favorite. So I sort of stopped watching them. Okay, next I'm going to use the Prismacolor White 938, and I'm just going to lighten up the highlight. Yeah, so as I was saying, I don't really watch BookTube anymore because my preference is for mysteries and thrillers and not so much young adult books. Okay, dark indigo 157 just for the shadows.
I think we might even, when we're finishing and putting finishing touches, I might go back in there and just take a white pen, a white gel pen, and make sure that my highlight is evident. Okay, but for now, I really like that. Okay, I think we're going to do these leaves on the side. Maybe they're fronds, and that'll be it for today. I will do the mushroom in a different Saturday snippet. I think I'm going to do one bluish and one purplish. So let's take the light magenta, and I think the one on the outside I will make purple. Okay, so just fill in all of these leaves. Okay, so for these kinds of leaves, you have two options. You can either make them highlighted in the middle, like closer to the stem, or you can make them highlighted on the tips. And I think that's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for highlighted tips. So that means I will put the darker colors closer to the stem. Okay, we're going to take the crimson. Okay. And we're going to put this closer to the end there. Okay, and then just on one side, put a shadow. Here you got a shadow also for the mushroom. It's casting shadow, so a bit darker. And here, around there. Okay. Really sharp pencils are very important for this page, this book, I think, because of all the tiny details. Okay, and then the mauve. Oops, can you see that? That's 249. Okay, just at the very end. We're gonna have to blend that out, I think, with the light magenta. Okay, right, so we'll blend it out with the light magenta. Oh, these are very pretty. I'm liking our color scheme. Okay, and I think I'm going to make that one more bluish. Okay, because basically we're taking the colors from here and we're putting them into there. Okay, so yeah. Okay. Right, and we're going to let's take this helio turquoise, because it's in these grass fronds things. Okay, and we're going to put them around there. Oh, I like that. That's pretty. Oh, these two colors go nicely together. Okay, right, and dark indigo for the tips. Okay. Right, and blend it out with the sky blue light.
Okay, so I think that is it for today. I hope that you have enjoyed the first Saturday snippet, and if you do, I'd love to hear from you in the comments about whether or not you want me to continue doing this series, and if you do, then I will, and I'd be happy to see you in future snippets. So thanks again for joining, and I'll see you soon. Bye!